Everything could change for the Cleveland Browns, and it's happening right now. What if I told you the Browns are only one or two decisions away from completely changing their future? Because behind the scenes, Cleveland could be preparing moves that nobody saw coming. Trades, quarterback drama, and even the possible return of one of the most beloved players in franchise history. Browns fans, buckle up, because this offseason just got a whole lot more interesting. Let's start with the biggest question. What is Andrew Berry's master plan? After trading away Myles Garrett and bringing in young talent and valuable draft picks, one thing became clear. The Browns aren't just thinking about this season. They're thinking about the next several years. And that brings us to a shocking possibility. Could Denzel Ward actually be traded? I know. The thought alone sounds crazy. Ward has been one of Cleveland's defenses for years. He's homegrown, respected, and still one of the NFL's top corners when healthy. But here's the reality. He's approaching 30, and if the Browns are truly focused on the future, every option has to be on the table. Personally, moving him right now doesn't make much sense. In fact, his value might become even higher during the season if contenders get desperate for secondary help. We've seen it happen every year. Injuries pile up, playoff teams panic, and suddenly they're willing to pay a premium. Now let's talk about the storyline everyone is watching: the Browns' quarterback battle. Surprisingly, the biggest buzz isn't around Dillon Gabriel. It's centered around Shedeur Sanders. Reports suggest Sanders has continued gaining momentum and impressing coaches. But what happens if he doesn't win the job? What if Cleveland sees him as a future franchise quarterback rather than an immediate starter? ESPN's Jeremy Fowler even mentioned that if things become complicated, trade discussions could eventually emerge. And don't forget Dillon Gabriel. He's become the forgotten man in this competition, yet many camp reports indicate he finished strong and remains firmly in the mix. Andrew Berry has never been afraid to make surprising quarterback moves, so don't rule out the possibility that someone in this quarterback room could be moved before the season begins. But there's one more story that hits differently: Nick Chubb. This isn't about rushing yards, this isn't about Pro Bowls, this is about leadership. The Browns now stand at a crossroads. They're not fully rebuilding, but they're not viewed as serious Super Bowl contenders either. They're caught somewhere in between. And the decisions they make right now, whether it's trading veterans, reshaping the quarterback room, or bringing back Nick Chubb, could define the next chapter of Cleveland Browns football. One thing is certain: the future of this franchise is being written right now, and Browns Nation should be paying very close attention.